Hey there, Kim here. Happy Monday. And I have been reading your comments, and I do see that there are a couple people telling me that you do not need to do work search requirements for PUA. And I'm sure every state probably is different, just like, people, the states can't be consistent, right? Because that would make life a little bit easier. However, there are some states that do require work search requirements in for if you're receiving PUA. And, someone even posted that there's no language in the last bill that was passed that said anything about work requirements for PUA. So what I want to do is clarify all that, give you all the information that I have so far. And yeah. Okay, so what you're looking at now, and of course, as usual, I do have a link of this resource in the description below this video. But first, as we all know, pre-pandemic, unemployment decided to waive work search requirements, considering, states were closed, right? So kind of hard to look for a job if a lot of companies were closed. So in case you're not aware, states are now starting to reinstate work search requirements. This is a resource that literally talks about every single state and when the work search requirement has been reinstated, along with what you need to do in order to satisfy that work search requirement for that week. Now, definitely bookmark this page because it does get updated once a week, maybe. But as you can see, this was last published on June 1st. So obviously, you definitely want to check out your state's Department of Labor pages or social media pages to get the latest and greatest information from your state. So if you see a dash under date job search requirement reinstated, that simply means that as of this date, you do not need to worry about documenting your work search requirements. But, definitely take a look to see what your state, obviously I'm not going to read all this because that would just be a waste of time. And just, these links, if you select the link to the left, this will take you to the state's Department of Labor page. And then if you click on the link here that's kind of in the middle, that'll actually take you to your state's Career Center page. And a lot of states, what you need to do is register for the Career Center and perform work searches in there. Again, all states are different. So a friend of mine actually reached out to me. She lives in Oregon, and she's currently collecting PUA. She has her own business. She's self-employed. And she said, hey, just so you know, I have to start looking for, prove that I'm looking for work. I have to fill out the work search requirements and satisfy them for my state. And I kind of questioned that too, because I thought, I know, and we all know, right, that if you collect regular UC and PEUC and extended benefits, we have to perform work search requirements if that is indeed reinstated for that specific state. However, PUA is a completely different program, right? So who would have thought that people that are self-employed would have to do work search requirements? But I need to clarify exactly what that means because, as we know, PUA was created for people that are independent contractors, people that are self-employed, but there are other people that also collect PUA, people that maybe had a job but didn't qualify, or maybe they didn't make enough to qualify for regular unemployment. So in that case, they were able to collect for PUA. So again, there's a lot of confusion with all this PUA stuff. So anyway, so she reached out and she said, hey, starting, I forget the date. Actually, let me just pull up the email. So again, this is specifically for the state of Oregon. However, I'm fairly confident that most states will follow the same, rule. So definitely, again, check out your Department of Labor website as well as social media pages for your state. So PUA, work search requirements. Soon, the U.S. Department of Labor will require people receiving PUA benefits to look for work to continue being eligible for benefits. Self-employed PUA claimants will be required to maintain work records for their business, including work to reestablish their business. So if Obviously, if you're self-employed and you have every intention of keeping your business, obviously you don't need to, you don't want to look for a job, right? So instead of looking for a job, what you need to do is somehow maintain records and prove that you are trying to reestablish your business. So one thing I hate about stuff like this is there's gray areas. So, okay, so what does work to reestablish your business actually mean? Right? So yeah, that's kind of questionable. So PUA claimants who are not self-employed and are looking for work as an employee will be required to follow the same requirements as people receiving regular UI or PEUC. An additional question, and again, this is specifically for Oregon, but I'm sure a lot of states will follow suit. An additional question regarding work search activities will be added to the PUA weekly certification. This question will prompt you to track your work search efforts. If you do not seek work as required, or you cannot provide proof of work search when requested, your claim will be denied and your benefits will stop. And this is the actual Oregon Department of Labor or unemployment site. So it's important that everyone getting regular UI or PEUC benefits know that certain requirements were paused or changed during the pandemic. Requirements like being able to work, actively looking for work, being available for work, and registering for work in our iMatch skills system. Well, obviously the iMatch skills system is specifically for Oregon, but again, every single state does have their own career website. So it is definitely required that you register for your state's career website. It seems like in most states, that is a requirement. In the state of Pennsylvania, I think you have like 30 days to register. So if you're in PA, you haven't done that yet, make sure you do that. And then here it says, if you do not register by your deadline, your benefits will be denied. If you miss the deadline and then register in the career website, the denial may be reversed and your benefits will be paid if you are eligible for that week. So then here we have work search requirements for regular UC, PEUC, and PUA. As you can see, there's a little asterisk, right? So obviously if you're on regular UI, PEUC, you have to follow this work search requirements based upon your state. And then you jump down to PUA. PUA claimants who are not self-employed will have the same work seeking requirements as people receiving regular unemployment and PEUC. So I guess bottom line is make sure if you're collecting regular unemployment and PEUC as well as a set of benefits, you definitely want to adhere to the work search requirements. However, if you are collecting PUA and you are an employee looking for a job, then you must perform the same work search requirements as if you were on regular unemployment and PEUC. If you're on PUA, you have to prove that you were trying to reestablish your business. And of course, as a disclaimer, every state is probably different. So yeah, so make sure you definitely check out your state's unemployment website as well as their social media pages. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully it clarifies a little bit about PUA, and I will see you on the next video.